This sweet, sweet, magnificent, glorious little video is protected by fair use. It is for free, it is not for profit, and it is for criticism, commentary, research, and teaching purposes. Thanks for watching. Please like this video if you enjoy my content. Hit the like button, it takes half a second. Like the video now so that you don't forget. I'm here to shake 'em up and wake 'em up on every level about everything that I can share before I leave this realm. And that's what I'm doing. That is what I have been doing. That's what I will continue to do. And I will do it like no one else on YouTube is doing it currently. If you enjoy my content, smash that like button. It takes half a second. Make sure that you share my video. Share my videos. Subscribe to my channel. This video is for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everyone. I'm starting to lose my voice tonight. Just hold on a second. I gotta go for that Coke Zero again. Think I'm making millions of dollars calling it a chemical mess, and that I'm sponsored by Coke Zero. You're just a fucking idiot. So I don't want that kind here anyways on my channel. I don't want them around me in real life. Why would I want them here? If you're stupid and paranoid, I don't want you. Saturn symbolism. Okay, the rings. See that there? Not just the Saturn car company, but the rings here. The ring around Explorer, Boeing company. It's all over. Capital One. Then there's the pyramid. Built into Delta, AOL, Citgo. That is the pyramid. Adidas, Reebok. So you'd have to wonder. It's not that different. The shape. From Adidas to AOL to Reebok. And Reebok makes shoes and sporting gear. You know, different things for athletics. So does Adidas. Yet they both have a very, very similar shape. If you change the color here to black, I mean, you could mistake it, right? You'd be like, damn, you know, it's so similar. Very similar here. AOL, Delta, Citgo. You know. The winged sun discs of car companies. Everything from Bentley to Minis to Aston Martins to Chrysler, Harley Davidson. I have a better image than this one that I'm currently showing, but I'm getting this one out of the way. The all-seeing eye, everybody knows about CBS, Time Warner, NVIDIA, like the graphic cards, LG, but there's many, many more. LucasArts, there's many, 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 many more with the all-seeing eye. There's many more of all of these. This is just an intro image to this topic. Alright, so here we go. Bigger image here. There's the 666 in Lucius. Okay, there's the sun symbolism and MasterCard here. And the Vesica Pisces with this circle overlapping this one. And then there is this sacred yoni inside of there. The Vesica Pisces. Here they have Satanism equals Saturnism. I'm going to show you the Mercedes-Benz one later on. Excuse me. Capital One, there's the Saturn ring right there. DirecTV. Okay, we've got a combination of things here. Taco Bell. Also 666. I had one showing the 666 on Taco Bell. There's a variety of things here. Pepsi logo is interesting as well. Of course, you have the red and the blue of Freemasonry. Red Lodge, Blue Lodge. Mix red and blue, you get royal purple. There's the Saturn there. Explorer. I'm going to move ahead here. Fidelity, of course, AOL Fidelity Pyramid. Hold on, people. Okay, here's some Masonic logos here. The compass in square shape, and also the apron. Gmail is the Freemasonic apron that we're showing here. Checkerboard floor, they like to use that. They like to use the G, and then the compass in square shape here, for Auto Trader and stuff like that. It's all over the place. Okay, so this one I chose for the pyramid used in corporate logos. Not just Citco, but Cat, like Caterpillar. There's Reebok again. Delta. Marlboro has it hidden there. There is the pyramid, and that's the red above, but red and black and red, they love that combo as well of colors. The theme, the red and the black of Satanism. But anyways, there's the pyramid in white. You can see it. Astra. It's just all over the place. All Seeing Eye mixed in. Regency. Ameritrade. Get the picture though. This one's kind of interesting. It's kind of almost a diamond shape, but it's a cube turned onto its point there, just like the E in Dell is that way. Okay? They're showing you something here. Exxon is a very interesting, it's not just red and blue, but the double X's and it's on its side. It's the double cross. And of course, some Christians that say it's cross of Lorraine, like they don't understand. Try to relate it to Christianity, but it's deeper than Christianity. Sorry to tell you that, but it's a lot deeper than that. The pentagram, right there in the pentagon shape. This is a chevron, of course, red and blue, and it has the chevron there. Fortunately, this quality of this image is not that great, but okay, so there's the stars, the inverted pentagrams here with the point down right in their old logo. This isn't just a horned beast, but that represents the female reproductive system as well, the Dodge Ram logo, and it also has those swirls in there from Saturn, right there, just like the Nike swoosh. Basically, it's right there in white, and then red at the bottom. There's two on each side at the bottom there, if you see. Okay, I can't mention this. Facebook, right there. Janelle is the Vesica Pisces, the C, and then the inverted, like the flipped around C, and then where it intersects, and Gucci as well, and MasterCard. So they know exactly what they're doing. Chase, banking. I think I have a better image of this one. I'll show it later on. Venus, of course, the quote planet. It's not a planet, but it's a wandering star. But if you see what I'm saying, Venus with the 3 here built into the V, and you can see the V. It's not just the name of Venus. Dos Equis, double X. All this is Masonic here on the screen. Chrysler and Chrome. I'm going to show this later on, a better image. Okay, maybe I'll go into later on what this mermaid with the double tails is, but it has a crown. There's a lot of crown logos, but the star on top, or the pentagram. You can call it a star, call it a pentagram, whatever you want. Sirius. They love Sirius, right? For the system, star system. But there's a star right there, the dog star, and the star for the eye. OnStar, the star, Walmart, the red star there, red and blue. Heineken, red star, Macy's red star, and then it fits with Converse, the red and blue. I know it's not the same company, but they're all under the same control. Okay? So, pattern recognition matters. All right, so some more Masonic logos here. There's CERN, the 666. Fox, in numerology, it is 666. If you type Fox into numerology calculator, I can't remember if it's in Pythagorean or Chaldean, but one of the two, it equates to 666. A lot of the V symbolism here: Volunteers of America, red and blue; Valvoline, red and blue; Freemasonic colors, I already said it. Red and blue lodges of Freemasonry. And yes, I do realize you mix them together and you'll get the royal purple, which was illegal to wear in the old days for commoners or peasants of England or of countries with a European monarch system or run by royals. You could be imprisoned or offed for wearing royal purple. It was reserved only for royals, not just to wear, but to use it in things. Heineken flipped with the red star there, and they're showing you here. Ouroboros with Vodafone, right there, the snake eating its tail, that's the logo there, that's hidden. Okay? They hide a lot in their logos. Best Western has the crown at the top. The Best Western, you think, well, America, an American hotel chain. Why are all these American companies using royal things, royal colors, royal symbols like crowns? The jockey one is an interesting symbol as well. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, and it's like 3 a.m. and I'm tired, but I know what that is and I just can't remember it, but it does have the 666s, if you look. Going around, 666 for jockey. But it also has a name, that particular symbol. I just can't remember it at the moment. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. Monster is also 666. This energy drink. Okay? Trying to go through this without taking 10 hours, and I do want to get some sleep tonight, hopefully. But anyway, the Home Depot, or Home Depot, some remember it both ways. This has been a Mandela effect for many people. Orange, 33 in numerology. Orange equals 33. It's the only color that's a name that equals 33. So they often use orange in things because of that. All right. I showed the sun logo before with Columbia. It's almost identical. Almost identical. That cube flipped over, just different color. Basically, it's almost the same. Columbia Sportswear, they have jackets and all that kind of stuff. And they used to be pretty good quality, but I guess now a lot of people have said that they're not as good as what they used to be, which is the way with almost everything in this fucking realm, if you think about it. Excuse me, the red and the blue of Freemasonry and the dice, okay? The 1 and 2. It's interesting, isn't it? Because 1 and 2 is 3. And then you've got 1, 2, 3 boxes here. These two are squares and this is a rectangle, but 1, 2, 3, it's divided. So 1 and 2 is 3, and then the 3 here, so it's 33. And it's red and blue, which are Freemasonic colors, of course. I shouldn't have to say that a million times in this video, but you get what I'm saying. The diamond is big with Freemasonry. Diamond symbol, it's within Rogers Cable, a huge cable company in Canada, and internet. It's not just cable, it's internet, cell phones, all that shit. Tops, I think it's a market. Tops friendly markets in northern states. I've seen commercials, but I've never been to one. But as a kid, especially when I watch TV, diamond right there within their logo. So that's part of it. There's always more, though. There's more layers. I mean, there's probably 666 in here because I see the 6 here and here, so that might be in there as well. I'm going to move forward, though. Did I do Bank of America? That's a diamond. It's also 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and red and blue. So you got the diamond, which is 33 in numerology. Diamond, the word. So they love the diamond. Masons is who I'm talking about here. Masons. The Masons. The Masons. The diamonds. The diamonds. Here's Sam's Club. It's another diamond, right? Suzuki. So look at that. It fits into, look at the shape. What else can I show you on this one? Should I just move on? Polaroid. So this is an old company again. Enron. That was a big fiasco with that one. Okay. Masonic oil company logos. And that's what I'm calling them because they are Masonic. Are actually pre-existing, powerfully charged, ancient, pagan, Masonic symbols, exactly. So here's Texaco. You got the red and the white, but you have it's a pentacle because it's a pentagram encircled, so that makes it a pentacle. Just like this, you'll sometimes see witches wearing them as pendants on a necklace. It's the same thing, one and the same, as that Humpty Dumpty loves to say, quoting that movie, identical. Identical. Except he never goes into this stuff, of course. He just skims the surface and people love him for it. So the red and yellow, that is desire. Okay? That gives you a feeling, the red and yellow. Just the colors give a vibration and can work as mind control to give you a certain feeling, certain energy. But some would say, well, it's just a shell because it's shell oil. But that's also sun rays right there. See that? It's not just a shell, that's the rays of the sun. And then this is sun oko. So the sun is part of this, and then the red and the yellow, and then the diamond shape of Freemasonry. The Freemasons love the diamond because the diamond is 33, and then it has the arrow fired through it, almost like the arrow of Sagittarius, you might say, the archer, fired right through there. So you're bringing in the astrology and the colors, the red and yellow of desire, the diamond, which equals 33, and the sun. That's how much is in there that I see. There might even be more in there that I'm not noticing or speaking about right now, if you get what I'm saying. Like I might not have it covered at all, but they can put 2, 3, 4, 5 layers into a logo. And people don't like to hear that because they want what's simple in this realm. That's what most people, and I haven't lived for 20 years or 25 years. I've realized this long ago, decades ago. Most in this world want what is simple. So if you're here actually listening to this, you are an exception. Because most people want what is simple. They don't want to look into any of this. They don't want to hear people explain it. They don't want to know about it. They don't care about it. Red and yellow here. The torch is also red and yellow again, or red and blue. Sorry, not red and yellow. Red and blue, Freemasonic colors. I'm trying to rush this a little bit, but the torch, and that's used not just for liberty, but for the Olympics and everything else. That's a whole other topic. Chevron again, and there you have it. And they use these in the military as well. You'll see them on the arms of patched onto soldiers' uniforms. Gulf, all right. This is orange, which is equals 33, and it's also the sun. Mobile oil is Pegasus, so they're using the Pegasus symbol. Okay, the flying winged horse, which, yes, I have drawn. Does that make me evil? Not at all. Not at all. I try to show people things in art. It's very hard to break through to people, and it's not me. Some people think, oh, he's just being arrogant, or he's talking like, I have to say this. It bothers me when people attack artwork that's trying to express something and teach you something through artwork. It's trying to show you things on many levels, which is what good artwork is supposed to do. Okay? Do you understand? I hope there's some people left that understand, because, man, there's so few people in this whole realm that understand or want to understand anything that matters. And that's the way I feel. That's what I see all the time. It's what I've seen for decades, and it is still that way, including with most, quote, truthers. How many videos do you have on YouTube explaining all this stuff these days? All right, the Facebook F logo is straight out of Freemasonry. This is right out of Freemasonry. Okay? Google Play, there's the pyramid. Google Chrome, it's showing you here. Find king sign and 666. There's the first 6. You can see that flip 9, flip it over as 6, and there's the third 6 right here. For the people that don't see it, I'm trying to show on the screen with my cursor. This is not a great video to just listen to because I'm showing a lot of things here. In this one, Gmail, the Masonic Royal Arch apron, it's identical, okay? It's basically identical. And then we're in the compass here. An Android. This one looks familiar. I've covered most of these already, including Marlboro, AOL, there's Xbox, there's Cat. Microsoft has a little pyramid right there between the O and the S, where it's highlighted here. And this is MI6 for intelligence, UK intelligence, with the pyramid and then the crown and the little cross on top of the crown, right? And here is the pyramid here from the American $1 bill. And this is the way they do it, okay? Fidelity right here with the capstone, and then the sun rays is just taken right from there. It's all one big club. Okay, so this one is pretty interesting. Mobil Oil and all of the oil companies are Masonic. They're all controlled. But then again, everything here is, unless you own a very, very small, independent, small business. Everything is. Everything. Okay? Do you understand? So here's the red and blue of Freemasonry. There's Pegasus. Right? So they took this from ancient mythology, but they're using their colors. You could call them gang colors. And here's coins and drawings and etchings and stuff showing Pegasus from long ago. And that's where they got it from, obviously, right? Why do they use that? Because it has power. And what do baby truthers do? They immediately become afraid. And you do what your masters want then if you become afraid. If you become afraid of this, you're reacting the way they want you to react. They want you to be afraid of signs, symbols, sigils, magic, knowledge. They want you to fear knowledge. I'll make it as simple as I can. They want you to fear knowledge so that you'll never look, and most people won't. Most people would say, most Christians, how many Christians? Millions and hundreds of millions would say, well, Stephen's doing something pagan here. He's a demon, mate. He's a demon because he's showing us what this means. Knowledge is not demonic. Knowledge is not satanic. Explaining things and showing what the meaning of the esoteric meaning of things is not demonic. But they'd say he's a demon. About me, they'd say, he's a demon, mate. He's a demon. And that's what stupid, ignorant people do. And that's what slaves do. So for the people that think, well, that's not important, why are you ranting about that? It's very important. You're surrounded by slaves in your life right now, whether it's out your neighbors, your co-workers at work, your family, whoever. You're surrounded by slaves with slave think, a slave mindset that would say looking into this stuff is bad. That's not Christian to look into this stuff. That's not Christian. You know, that's what they do. And that fear and demonizing things, demonizing the pursuit of knowledge and pursuit of truth, keeps you enslaved. It keeps you enslaved. What are we here to do? To choose freedom. And we bring the madness, so we show things that you're not going to see on other channels. For the most part. And yes, you might have seen some of this stuff 15 years ago on YouTube, but I don't see anyone else showing it these days. He's a demon, mate. He's a demon. He's a fucking demon. He's insane. He's just insane. That's what it is. That's what they do. And that works on dummies, including, quote, truthers. This is a famous painting, Venus of something. I can't remember the full title, but I'm sorry, people. It's not very good anyways. I've never really liked it. Something about it that I don't like. Standing in this seashell But this is a shell, but the color is red and yellow, and then the sun rays. But I just wanted to show you where they got this from. This is where they got it from, okay? They didn't just create this. Shell gas stations, Shell Oil Company, right? Everybody's probably heard of that by now. I think it's Dutch, Shell. That's where I think it was from. But anyways, it was all controlled in the end by like Rockefeller's a huge monopoly. The big, as that one Alan Watt guy used to say, the big boys at the top. People ask me if I've ever heard of this one. Man, I've been looking into stuff on YouTube, on the internet, on all over the internet since the beginning of the fucking internet, since before it was called the internet. I've been looking into as much as I could to try to figure out this realm and how it works. So yes, I have heard of Alan Watt, and Alan Watts is a different person. But Alan Watt was a Scottish guy that moved to Canada and used to make videos. He would just talk about the big boys at the top and stuff like that. But anyway, the shell. And this was used in magic, by the way, not just in artwork, but in magic in ancient times. In magic, in rituals, also in decoration of architecture, and it's beyond decoration. When they're doing something ornate like this, it has esoteric meaning behind what they're doing. But everything here does. That's the way this realm is set up. It's set up in so many layers that you'd say to yourself, it would have to be a matrix. Once you look deeply enough, you would say, yeah, it'd have to be. It would have to be. Okay, people. So here we are getting into the Egyptian the Egyptian winged sun, or the sun disk, as it's often called, the winged sun disk, and it's a disk. It's not a ball. Okay, I know how a lot of humans love their balls and their ball earth and all that, and squeezing their balls to talk like Matt McKinley when he says, "Are you one of those people? People!" Voice goes like that, and he could break crystal with it. Anyway, sorry. Here is the Chrysler, and notice the color change here to represent the sun, right here. Golden, right? They didn't just leave it all silver, because some people would say, well, similar, but, excuse me, this is by design. It's all by design. This is the winged sun disk, right here for Chrysler. That's exactly where they got it from. So that old expression, there's nothing new under the sun, to a great degree that is true. Is it 100% true? No. And I've told people I could write a poem that it is unlike anything else. I could paint a painting. But in terms of most of the things you see in this realm, they did get it from the past. Okay? That's how they do it. You can disagree and say, well, I don't believe you. Your beliefs don't matter. I'm showing you the facts here. Showing you the truth. This is undeniable. That's what they do. Okay, so this is not a great image for quality, but the winged sun disk. So they're calling it the sun disk, which is what I've always called it. Symbol of Horus. Okay, Horus. Aston Martin, the mini cars company, those little mini ones, Chrysler, and that's what it's from. The rays of the sun. Sun worship from the old sun worshipping sun cults. Way back. Exactly when, I would say nobody knows. Some will claim they know, oh, it was 5,000 years ago. I mean, history's been so fucked with, I don't think you could get an accurate number on that. I just don't. That's why I just say a long time ago. Ancient. Okay, so when some people might try to write it off, which is what baby truthers do, newbies, they would say, well, it's just Chrysler, it's just them well, look at this. Bentley uses the wing disc, sun disc. Okay. Aston Martin Mini, Smirnoff with the wings, and then the double eagle facing both directions, which is also from Freemasonry. And this tequila, the winged disc here, and the crown on top, and Harley Davidson motorcycles, the wings again. So what a coincidence, right? Here we are here, everything from books like Publishers to Bentley to the Eagles logo, Mini and Air Force, Special Operations Command. Cut it off, but I think there's a red and blue pentacle here, and then this with the wings and the crown and everything. Okay, so we're at 30 minutes and 33 seconds. The Vesica Pisces, the vagina, the vajayjay. That's what it is. See how they overlap there with MasterCard? I think the old, really old cards used to show that way back when I was a kid. TWA, Pepsi, Q. I think this one's Gucci. This is Chanel. Here's the MasterCard. One here. So there's a lot of them. Is this DC Shoes, I think? I think that might be DC Shoes logo. There's the Vesica Pisces in there. But it's very common. There's way more than this. Okay? There's a lot of them if you look around for this stuff. There's too many to just show in one graphic, but government logos and corporate logos with a key. Okay? There's a lot of them, including, I think this is beer, Beck's Beer, Key Club International with the key in there. There's a lot with the key. Okay? I think part of this might have been cut off, but UBS, and there's the logo here. It might be difficult to see, but Treasury, the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, there's a key right there. So think about it. What do they have a key to? To your minds? To your money? To your bank? Your finances? Here's a key to your health, key bank. See the key? All over the place. There's a lot more than this too, by the way. So you see the patterns? These are logos, like corporate logos with a crown. I already showed you Starbucks with the crown. Corona. All right. The beer, YouTube. Sorry, the beer extra, see here with the crown. The beer. Can't say that word on YouTube, I guess. Pandora. Like Pandora's box, and there's the crown over the O. This Rolex company, famous, expensive watches, of course. Everyone knows that. The Ritz-Carlton. Hallmark, famous company, not just for cards, but I guess they make these cheesy movies or something. Or do they have a Hallmark channel or something like that? I've heard about it, but never watched it. I don't have a TV, and I haven't watched TV for years. But crown, and it's beyond this. Tuborg beer. I'll show more, but there's a lot more than what's just shown here. Fragrance company. They make perfumes and colognes. Dolce and Gabbana. They make other things too, but that's one of the things that they make. And I do have several colognes by Dolce and Gabbana. And here's the crown with the cross on top. Why did I mention that? Why did I feel the need to mention? I don't need to, but they do make quality stuff, okay? Does it mean that because they're using the crown that they make shit? No. I tend to like Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum is really good. And Light Blue Intense is also good for men. That's a summer one that's very refreshing. Perfect for summer, hot summer days, and the one is perfect for dates. The ladies love that one. I gotta say it. So I gotta say it. That for you young men out there, get yourself a big old. If you don't have to. I'm not selling this, of course, but I don't know. I can't even recommend anything because there's always fucking idiots that nitpick stuff. I can't even say. I'll just say I like it. That's all. I'll leave it there. So many nitpickers around all the time. I'm not selling anything on my channel. For the paranoid fools, I'm not selling anything. I'm exposing things that you don't see exposed all over the place. At least not these days. At least not that I've run across. Super famous Crown Royal whiskey. And look at the logo. The red, the blue, the royal clown, you could call it. Royal crown. You know, that was a Freudian slip, maybe the royal clowns. But here is the royal crown. Red and blue makes royal purple. So Crown Royal is showing you a lot right there. Right? Does it have 666 in the lettering? It probably does, now that I look at it. If you turn this around. Yep. Okay, I mentioned earlier there's more than Chrysler, Bentley, Aston Martin, Mini. Look at all the ones with the wing disc. Is Harley on this one? I don't see it, but there's more than this. There's just so many. And it's so fucking similar. If you don't notice the similarity between this motors and Bentley and Chrysler and Aston Martin, and these are supposedly different fucking companies, and Mini, I mean, just look at this. It's so obvious. It's so goddamn obvious. Relationship at the very top. So obvious. So these are more logos with wings. They might not all be sun discs with wings, but they have wings. They might have a griffin in their logo with wings. They might have like an eagle like this with the cross symbol on it with wings. But these are logos with wings of corporate, corporations. Corporate logos with wings. It's a very common motif all over this realm. All over. All over. Not just in Europe or not just here, there. All over the place. You could look into this as well if you wanted to. I didn't cover this as much, but logos that contain red and blue, or companies that are supposed to be adversarial, rivals, you could say, competitors, how they fit together. Coke and Pepsi. Well, those are bitter rivals, some would say. They have been since I was a child. Well, here's the red and the blue of Freemasonry. Of course, Pepsi has red and blue in it. Some would say, well, it's red, white, and blue for America. I mean, they just don't understand. They don't understand, and those type never will. They don't see the connections and the big picture patterns. They're looking too small with tunnel vision. Got to look at the big picture. Got to look at hundreds of logos and symbols, or thousands, and then you might start seeing the puzzle fill in the big picture. But dummies would just say, well, this is just red, white, and blue for Pepsi because those are the American colors. We're red, white, and blue here. They just don't get it. These fit together. Do you understand? Like puzzle pieces. That's what I'm showing you here. They fit together. Red Lodge and Blue Lodge represented. Well, Masonry. And you mix them together. And people love saying this, but I've said it so many times. I've said it for many years. Yes, you mix these colors together. You get royal purple. Okay? That's fine, but it's showing you the Red Lodge and the Blue Lodge of Masonry. Masonry. Sorry, I was going to mention the York Rite and the Scottish Rite, the red and the blue. So there's different types of Freemasonry, different lodges. And before I forget, there are above and beyond, at the highest level, there's the black lodges. So those are the, quote, elites of Freemasonry, where it's the lodges that are only restricted to ones well above 33rd degree that are trustworthy to be psychopaths with certain information that they don't ever want getting out. So they're not your local hick lodge that looks run down out in the backwoods of somewhere in Mississippi, outside of a small town, and it looks like it's in disrepair, and it looks like it would take hundreds of thousands of dollars to restore the outside of the building. It looks like shit. I've seen Mason lodges like that out in the country, in the sticks. They're not running the show. Okay, they're not running the realm. And then people say, well, I saw Mason's hat at a yard sale. Yeah, The low-level Masons, you'll find Freemasonic Bibles and all kinds of stuff for sale when they die, and their wife is just like, I don't know what to do with this. So yeah. But what do the logos prove? Forget about the little hats and little pissant memorabilia that people find when somebody passes away. Why don't you look at the actual logos and learn something from that? I can quote this, but I thought that showing it is better. I've shown it in various other videos. Signs and symbols rule the world, not words nor laws. Confucius. That's a quote from Confucius for people that are just listening and not looking at the screen. And it also shows a pyramid with an all-seeing eye in the middle and sun rays emanating from it and over the world. And then it's showing various symbols on a star shape. Nine-pointed star on the outside. It's showing you that is important. That's what matters. That's how they do business. That's how they run things. They show what they are. Okay, crescent moon with the star, Islam. There's a double cross there. There's all sorts of symbols on this. There's a pentacle here. They show you. Okay, there's the seal of Solomon. They show you. They show you through signs and symbols. And what do the zombie, profane, dumbass, unwashed masses do? They dismiss it. They reject it. And they attack people for trying to show you. That's their automatic reaction to truth. They attack. That's what dummies do. It's what they always do. Always do. So they'll say, oh, Freemasons, and they just dismiss it. They haven't done a drop of research. They haven't looked into how things run. They haven't looked into signs and symbolism, magic, sigil magic, the meanings of colors, the energy of and vibration and frequencies of colors, and the meanings. They haven't looked into anything, but they dismiss everything. So if you're following those dummies, I have to be honest, you deserve to remain ignorant, to be stupid, because you've made that choice. And that is part of how this system works. We can't choose everything here, but we do have some choices. If you choose to follow liars and idiots and fools and ones that are pushing disinformation and lies and slander, go ahead. It costs you in the end, though. Be stupid if you want to. There's a lot like that. And don't just say, oh, there's just a few. I showed in a previous video my block list or ban list on the Sanity Machine. It's at least 350 and counting. There's a lot of fucking idiots in this realm. So don't try to pretend. It's insulting to my intelligence when you say there's just a few. Or why focus on a few? There's a lot. There is a lot. A lot. So here we go here. The powerful color trio. So is it really a color trio, or is it actually misleading? Because you'd say again, red, white, and blue, America, America. No, it's actually about the red and the blue of Freemasonry. The red and blue lodges. Okay, that's why. Ford, Domino's Pizza, Pepsi, football, baseball, you name it, they use it. I already explained these ones, but anyway, I'm going to move forward here. Was it just about USA? Just about the red, white, and blue? You think so? America, America. Well, then I would say you're so creative in America that you can't come up with anything other than red, white, and blue for all these various companies, from a soft drink company to an oil company to Costco to the NBA to NASA and the Bank of America and Sears and Domino's Pizza, and it's just all over the place. The Republican logo, I mean, Remax Real Estate, it's all over the fucking place. Do you think it might mean more than just America? America, America, red, white, and blue. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about stupid people. Because there are people that say stupid shit like that. Delta, airline, it's just everywhere. The average American would say, well, it's red, white, and blue. Those are the colors of America. Does that mean that every American company, or 9 out of 10, have to use those colors? You can't get creative? You know? This is more orange than red. This is the 33 here. The X part of FedEx is what I'm pointing to on my screen for the people that are just listening. America, America. That's why they do it that way, for the dummies. It's a perfect cover, and it's easy to fool the idiots. It's so easy for them to fool the idiots. So easy. And that's why they hate people like me, but it's also why the ones, high-level Freemasons, but also the low-level dummies at the bottom of the pyramid, in the gutters, in the sewers, that hate knowledge and hate truth. They hate me too. The ones at the very top of the pyramid and the ones at the very bottom. And I'm not looking for validation. I'm not crying out, oh, please love me, or what these morons do. I'm speaking truth here. At both extremes, the top of the pyramid and the bottom level, hate me for my knowledge, for my gifts, my abilities, my relentless research, and just how persistent I am, and everything about me, basically. The fact that I'm so curious, the fact that I don't just have a surface view or just buy the cover stories and look into these things and, speak truth. If you speak enough truth, you'll be hated in this realm. It's that simple. It really is. It doesn't matter what type of person you are. You can be a wonderful person to people. You speak enough truth and you're going to be hated like you won't believe. And yeah, for the people that say, I was hated just for speaking, it's beyond speaking about flat earth or that simple stuff. It really is. Speak some of the truth that I speak about this realm and see how much you're hated. Or see if they lock you up. Actually, be careful about doing that, because they could lock you up for some of this stuff very easily. Especially about the soul trap and, recycling and all that kind of stuff going on. And how evil rules this realm and, Do they show you enough? I'm moving my cursor around on the image showing the red and white, the red and blue, but people would look at this and say it's red, white, and blue, but cursor magic. I'm not cursing anyone, but there's people that just listen to my videos while they're driving, and, this is not a good one to listen to because there's so many images and logos to look at. Understanding. All right, I've shown this one already, but I just zoomed in to show you the Standard Oil chevrons and then chevron and how they use these in the military. NASA logo, the red and the blue, of course, and the vector, which is also the forked tongue of a snake. And that is on purpose. That's intentional. Because the forked tongue lies and deceives, and they like to show you, hey, we're liars. So for the people that are way off, and that there's always quite a few quote truthers that think, well, they don't want us to know that we're liars, that they're liars, or that they're lying to us, or they hide it. They show you all the time. They rub your nose in it. It's just like taking a big bunch of shit, rubbing your face in it, saying, here, look. And most people refuse to look. And then the people that do look and figure out what's going on get mocked by the dummies, which are the majority of the masses. And they call us dumb and stupid and crazy and nuts and paranoid and everything else for seeing what they can't see and acknowledge. And part of it is their ego, and part of it is they're too scared, they're cowardly, and part is they're just dishonest. They're not honest enough to do this, to look at this and say, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I can see it, and I see it because that's actually what it is. And NASA is run by Freemasons, so yeah, the whole organization is run by high-degree Freemasons, including the astronauts. They are Freemasons, and they have to be a certain level, or they don't get in on the secrets of how they fake shit, fake the ISS, and fake. It's all fucking faked, the whole thing. If you look into it over years, like I've done, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so Firefox, a new Firefox logo. The other one used to have the fox this way. See the fox here? Fox head, there's the paw, there's the tail, different color, and in the middle is the globe earth, the realm, right? This is the one that was more famous to me, right? So what am I showing this for? Well, fox equals 666, and it's also Firefox in the name, right? Firefox, and it's flames. The world is wrapped around by a fox, so they're saying they're clever like a fox. They're wrapping 666 around the realm, right? They're burning you. They're burning you in flames. All right, so this is Google again, logo here, and they're showing you here, they're breaking it down. So some people that can't see the 3 6s here, they're showing you 666 right here. Do you get it? Do you see it now? 3 6s. Of each color is a 6. Red, yellow, green, blue. All right, so I'm going to do the Jason from Archaic's voice for a second. Is that the pentagon in the construct? I'm an ex-con in the construct, but this looks like the pentagon. Well, it is. It is. They even have Chrysler Motors have one is called the Pentastar. This is 33rd degree. But here's the pyramid right there, bottom right. Somebody put that there as artwork, but they're showing you that that's hidden there. They're trying to expose it. And then there's the star. But they have, I think it's called a Pentastar engine. Something like that. But hidden in plain sight. People that say they're just trying to hide it. It's all right there to be seen. Most people don't want to know. So you got to get beyond that. You got to get beyond thinking, well, if only we could wake up the masses or show them. Show them my video and see how much interest they have. It's not that people can't show them. They don't want to see. There's a difference. It's not just they're blind. They have eyes, but they don't want to see. There's a big difference. You got to really learn that. And say to yourself, you know what? It isn't that just that they're ignorant. You're making excuses for them saying, Stephen, they don't know. This is you talking to me saying, Stephen, they just don't know. They just don't know. That isn't the case. For many of them, if not most. Most of them don't care about the truth. It isn't that nobody showed them. Okay? Think about how many of us over years and years and years and decades over social media have tried to spread the word of truth. All over. All over. And within our families. So please get beyond that. It is annoying after a while. And it also is waving a flag in front of my face saying, Stephen, I'm pretty new at this because I just am hanging on to the idea that the masses are just ignorant. And if they were just shown by someone, they would catch on to this. They don't want to know. I mean, I only tried for fucking decades to show them myself. So I think I know from experience that most of them don't want to know. Most. And including some that I've known for years and friends and people that kind of looked in. They don't even want to look at my channel. People that still know me for the most part. Okay? Do you understand this? They don't want to know. They don't want to know. They don't want to see. So at that point, how are you going to help them? Try to spread the word about my channels to people that have a chance of their eyes are already a little bit open. Because they're kind of interested in certain topics. They might be interested in flat earth or the Mandela effect or different things. Different things. The New World Order. Or, you know, they've got a little bit of a foot in the door at least. But as for complete newbies or zombies, they don't want this stuff. They don't want this. Okay? They don't. And if they did, they'd be seeking it out. They'd be doing what I've done for decades. Seeking out the information. Seeking out the knowledge. Think about it that way. Think to yourself, well, why aren't millions and millions of people seeking out channels like the Sanity Machine? Maybe they're not interested. Maybe they don't want to know. Maybe they don't care about the truth. at all, or evil, or what's right or what's wrong. Maybe they don't give a shit. They sure behave like they don't. Okay, people, my people. Here's the Ouroboros shown here on the Oreo cookie. There's also Knights Templar crosses. There's also the Satanic cross right here. Okay, right there. It's almost identical. The Freemasonic symbol and the zodiac wheel. It's all imprinted in the Oreo cookie wafer, the chocolate part. Okay? Chocolate, dark on the outside, white in the middle. That's why they call some mixed people an Oreo, or they call some black people that are, quote, acting white, end quote. They call them Oreos as an insult. Black people call them that. White people don't usually use that term. But anyway, that's also part of it. And the Satanic Cross, I already showed you a tattoo on Damien Eccles of the Satanic Cross. I mentioned it in that video. You know, the one that at least half the people just wanted to hear something rehashed about whether he's guilty or innocent, and they thought I was going to cover the trial or something. You know, they didn't think I was going to go into magic and Freemasonry and what was right in the title. They just thought, well, they just started talking about whether he's guilty or not, or what they think. That does make me shake my head. That's low-level stuff. I'm sorry, but you can find that on hundreds of other channels on YouTube. Even in the mainstream channels, you can find that coverage if you want to. You're supposed to be here for something a little bit higher level than that. If you want that. If you want the low-level stuff, those channels are thousands, dime a dozen. You can find thousands talking about that. Thousands. Okay. Here's the Cross of Lorraine, used by early knights, but it's also part of the Satanic Cross. It's very close. Jerusalem Cross, Knights Templar. It's a Templar cross, right there. All right. So it's right on there multiple times. That people have noticed that long ago. They noticed that, but they didn't notice all the rest. I mean, they noticed part of what's going on here, but it has the Ouroboros. It has a lot built into this. Okay, 12 rings, 12 apostles, Knights Templar founded 12th century AD. So this is obviously somebody that respected or is part of the lineage of the Knights Templar. One more for the Oreo cookie. This is a different image, but it shows it a bit better. This is often the way that a Templar cross is portrayed. There's various ways of this being portrayed, by the way, this particular cross, right? Ouroboros. Saturn Car Company, and there's Saturn, right? And then you see this particular ring shape in so many logos that have to do with Saturn symbolism. Starting to get tired, so if I misspeak here, I'm not trying to, but I'm trying to push through this. These are logos with Saturn symbolism. And there's also a lot with sun symbolism. Not just sun kiss, but there's a lot with sun rays and also orange. And I mean, Burger King has Saturn symbolism, but it also has the sun. You see the sun there, just like Lay's, the sun. That's the old sun, by the way, that was yellow and orangish, warm colors. That's the sun, and that's why they portrayed it as the sun. And yes, the sun has changed completely. A lot of us have noticed it. Okay. The Volvo logo changed as well with the Mandela effect, with the male symbol here. Saturn over Disney. It's all over the place. Nortel, remember that company? Telecommunications company. Boeing, Sega, Saturn. I mean, how Saturn car company? How much more obvious could they be? Internet Explorer, Microsoft with the Saturn ring there. They have Nike on here, but Nike has the swoosh. That's another Saturn ring. There's just too many to show in even one logo. Comfort Inn, there's also Days Inn, and those inns, they use the sun as well. I showed that yet, but look at all the ones with the rings. Reebok, Starlink. Look at the how close that is with the X with Starlink and the Saturn. But Reebok and Starlink, different companies, and symbol is so similar. So similar. Comcast, A&W, root beer, Nike, there's the swoosh, V8. I mean, everybody's seen Nike, right? That's what it's from, though. That's where they took it from. Saturn. And then swooshed it out like that. Saturn's rings, one of Saturn's rings. And Nike, I think, was a goddess as well. A god or a goddess. I can't remember which, if it was male or female. One of the two, though. Whirlpool, Bud Light, Trident, gum, Dish Network, Coca-Cola, the swoosh there. A lot of hotels, Comfort Inn, Quality Inn, but they also tend to use, as I mentioned already, the sun. Warm colors seems to work very well for that. Gateway networks. I mentioned sun-kissed. Oh, Intel. Very famous. Amazon. It's right in there. And there's the Nike swoosh. Rings of Saturn. Roundup. Intel. Bud Light. NASA. AAA car company, or the car service like towing and all that stuff, right? If you have AAA coverage. Weight Watchers. Shown these already, but Sega Saturn. Is it ASICS or ASICS? Kenmore, that used to be Sears, Whirlpool. I mean, it is everywhere, okay? It is everywhere. Also, the globe they'll use in Universal logo. They'll use that globe. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Venus, and there's a swoosh there. All right. And of course, it's what people would call a, quote, planet, but it's a wandering star. So out of anything that they could name, they named it this, right? They named so many things after the wandering stars, whether they're naming it after Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Venus, you know. No coincidence, not just by a fluke. So here's Mercury, here's the two circles, and then here's the chevrons within here. And Mercury, of course, another, quote, planet, which is a wandering star. I'd love to name this as a car, right? Mercury. I don't know if they still make those. I don't know. They used to, though. I'm not into cars or keeping track of that shit. I have so much other knowledge that's more important to me than that type of thing. That zombies fixate on that stuff. But go ahead, if you like it, go for it. Do any of you remember the old song by the Doors, Waiting for the Sun? Waiting for the sun. Remember that song? Well, here's some sun symbolism for you. If you flip the McDonald's, I already said about the red and yellow for desire and hunger. But if you flip this, it's titties, okay? It's boobs, it's breasts. Flip it over and it's cleavage. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. It's cleavage. It's some big voluptuous boobs. That's what it is. And that's also subliminal. That works on your subconscious mind to make you hungry. Okay? But this is about sun symbolism. It always goes deeper than just that. But Lipton, Dole, there's the sun and the rays right there. Walmart, the sun symbol. That's what that is. It's a star or a sun. Days Inn, that's what I was trying to think of earlier with the hotels that use the sun symbol. It's right there. Smithsonian, they use the sun, and also they use it when it's not in color. It looks like the Jesuit black sun. Sun-kissed. I mean, a lot of these companies discover, you'll see sun symbolism all over the place. Sun Financial, and I almost forgot, I almost went to the next one, but it's because of ancient cults of the sun. There were cults of the moon, cults of the sun in ancient days that worship the sun. They didn't just go away. They're still around, and they put their symbolism all over stuff. These days. Okay? They're still here. They're still here. Just like sacrifices didn't go away. It's still going on. All right, so here's some more sun symbolism from Tide laundry detergent, I guess. Snapple, distance learning. It's all over the place, though. You could probably make hundreds of these. Me taking pictures, like putting logos together. This kind of stuff is all over this realm. It's all over. Most people just don't ever notice it. And then when they're shown, they don't like to be shown. Because they get, their ego gets involved, and he thinks he's so smart, he's showing me something that I didn't know, or they get all egotistical and just butthurt about it. And it's just so many people in this realm never grew up. Maturity-wise, they have such a fragile ego, they're so thin-skinned. It's just annoying, man, it really is. I love learning, and I can honestly say there's few people around me in my whole life. I don't think there's been one that's loved learning about this stuff the way I do, that I've ever met anywhere. In person, at least. So, it's sad, but that's the way it is. It really is that way. Can't even help people learn because they get jealous and envious and butthurt, and that's what they do. That's what so many do in this realm. They're just mental slaves. All right, so I think we might be getting close to the end of my images now, if I recall how many I had, but this is DreamWorks. A Comcast, not a construct. Construct. That's all that guy says all the time, that convict, that sex offender. The construct. Comcast Company. Comcast Company, CC33, right there. I can't remember if DreamWorks is 33 in numerology, but anyways, here's moon symbolism and stars, but the moon. It's a crescent moon where a boy is sitting there fishing, and I think some of their logos, not this one, but I think other ones, showed the line coming down from here, the fishing line, where he's fishing for spirits. And some show the dome. I think it's with DreamWorks. Or maybe it's Lucasfilm that shows the dome, actually. Might be Lucasfilm. I'm not into movies, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you which movies are DreamWorks, or I'm into studying the esoteric occult knowledge and that stuff. I'm not into watching the movies. I'm into learning things about how this realm works, but I think it might be Lucasfilms that has the flat earth dome. The firmament, as flat earthers love to call it, because that's the Bible term for it. So A lot of flat earthers are Bible dupes. They're Bible followers. They think that God is good and that Jesus is coming back and everything else. So they got one little puzzle piece, or one fair-sized, I'll call it. I won't call it little, but I have that tendency. Fair-sized puzzle piece, but they blew it. Okay, they fucking blew it with the rest because they're following something that Freemasons use to program the living shit out of you. There's a Freemason that came to my channel earlier tonight. Just before I made this video, I read a comment by him. Freemason came on the Damien Eccles Freemasonry video that I made, and he was saying it's amusing and all this stuff, and I read that he was sworn in on a King James Version Freemasonic Bible, and yeah, I mean, he's a dupe. He's probably a porch mason, probably just joined this year very recently, and yeah, the Freemasons will welcome Christians. They have the Bible right there for you. Excuse me, they have the King James Version Bible right there in the Freemasonic Lodge and Temple, anywhere in this realm for you, waiting for you. And they love your kind. Freemasons love Christians. More than welcome. You're more than welcome to join. You fucking dupes, you're stupid. And I gotta tell the truth. Some people don't like that. I'm gonna say it as it is. 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds just went by. So that's a magical number, all ones. If you can believe it, all ones. I noticed. That's why I said it for your benefit. Magic. Some people say, some people watch my channel and they think magic's bad. And then they're stunned when I say this is magic, this channel. And what I'm doing here is action. It is magic. I'm doing actions here. I'm sharing knowledge with you, which is an action. And it's a magical action. In a realm of lies, I'm doing something magical through my YouTube channel. I'm sharing some truth and knowledge with you. That is magic. That is practicing magic action. Okay? Do you understand? I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm just saying there's people that will come to my channel and say magic is bad, magic's evil, you're demonic, he practices magic, he's a sorcerer, or that is that. I love saying it, saying what he said, and doing my impression of the Love Bum, codename Love Bum 33 is what I nicknamed him. He's a demon, mate. He's a fucking demon. He says that he's not from Source, and he's not returning to Source. So what is it then? He's fucking insane. That's what he is. This is what he said about me. He said that on video, and it's the funniest thing to me still after all this time. Months go by, and I still think of that. I still think of that. That was a glorious moment. And if I could provoke these other losers to saying stuff like that, where I can get clips and save them and make videos, I love doing that. I really do. I love triggering these losers, these demonic idiots, these fools, these dupes into saying this stuff. And it's just like a promotion for my channel. And it makes me laugh and giggle and smile, and it just, I love it. I mean, I don't think there's much they could say better than that I would love more than when they say that. That is highly amusing to me. Highly amusing. I mean, there's times that I say that, I don't know how many times I say that in the course of videos, but I mean, I've said it a lot, and I love it. I love it. That's sometimes the most hilarious, funniest things come out of the mouths of complete fools and idiots in this realm. It's funny, but it works that way. It just does work that way. I mean, anyway, he's a demon, mate. He's a demon. And he had a British accent. He's a demon, mate. He's a demon. Well, I'm a demon for trying to share knowledge about this realm and trying to help people choose freedom. That makes me a demon. Their logic is so fucked up. It's not even close to reality, which is what makes it amusing. I almost said by accident it's not even funny, but it is funny because it's hysterically funny because it's so fucking wrong and so stupid and laughable, you know. Shaking my head. Somebody could be like, I don't believe in these angels, but let's say the stereotypical angel. Let's say in another reality that was true. An angel with the white fluffy wings and was a good being, a divine being that comes down to help. They could see that and they'd say, it's a demon, mate, it's a demon. Like they call anything a demon that they don't understand. You know, they're just at that level, that stupid, the level of stupidity. It's incredible. It's incredible. I don't feel sorry for them. I got to be honest. I laugh at them now. The old me 10, 15, maybe 25 years ago probably would have felt sorry for them. I got to be honest. It wasn't 10 years ago. It was longer than that. I've been not feeling sorry for that type for a long time now. And I just laugh at them. They choose stupidity. They have an opportunity to learn something meaningful. Some people recognize they're on a high-level channel. A lot of people come here and they don't, though. They don't even realize that much. It's up to them. You want to go eat shit out of a dumpster, go ahead. But if you want truth that's more like a gourmet meal, where you're actually going to learn something, then watch some videos where you're going to learn something. Like here. On the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better. We bring the madness. And yes, this is moon symbolism. Is it kind of cool, though? Yeah. It looks kind of cool. But is it Freemasonic? Absolutely. Absolutely. Comcast Company. Yeah. CC 33. And I think that DreamWorks is also 33. If it isn't 33, then in numerology, I believe it. I'm not going to check it now, but oh, wait a second. Okay, hold on a second again. This one I wanted to mention, Walt Disney. So you see the 666 is in there, hidden in the signature. So some people would just say, I know they always make these excuses. It's just a fancy signature. Well, how would you get a 6 even in there, in the Y, okay? Think about it. This is on purpose, right? Obviously. Obviously, his name is signed that way. On purpose. And if you go back, there's actually an old Walt Disney cartoon on sacred geometry and the pentagram with Pythagoras. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I can't remember the title for it, but it's on YouTube. And if I think of it, I'll attach it. But yeah, way back, way back. So Disney was not what people believe. And he also pushed the fake space stuff long ago. There's videos of him doing that in like the 1950s or 1960s? I don't know. But somewhere way back in those days. Look at the logo here, more sun symbolism, and the old sun, and then the new sun. Old sun, new sun, inside of it, white. Or that could be the sun and maybe the moon within it. Or it could just be showing, well, it's not just be, I think it's multiple layers of meaning here, but also a portal, right? But this is obviously by design. The way that they made that. It's not just guesswork. Starting to get tired and my mind is shutting down or my body's shutting down. But I meant to say it's not haphazardly done rather than guesswork. It's intentional when they do their logos. Whether it's for a movie company or a logo for a movie or for whatever corporation, a lot goes into it. It's not random. It's not haphazard. This is Club 33 at Disney. And you have to be a member. It's exclusive. It costs thousands. I can't remember what it costs. What is it, 50,000 or something? I can't remember the exact number, but it's a big chunk of change. And there's the checkerboard floor, the Freemasonic floor, just like they have in the Masonic Temple. It's right there on the floor. And it's called Club 33. And it has a Masonic checkerboard floor. What are the odds, right? What are the odds? What are the odds? Look at the reflection of this chandelier up on the ceiling. The design looks like a sun with sun rays. That is most likely by design as well. Okay, so here's Club 33 right outside the door. Fancy doormat for Disney's Club 33. And then you have this design with these swooshes and gold. Okay. Alright, so I showed a lot with the sun. I showed with Saturn. I showed with Venus. Here's Mars. The Mars Company and Mars bars. Mars is actually a big company. It's not just a Mars candy bar. Okay? It's a very big company. And it's a wandering star. So what else is new? Mars, Mercury, Venus, Saturn. You know how they do it, right? And here we go with Pluto, or Pluto. And do I see the triple sixes again? Of course, there's a 6, and there's the 6 and the O, and then here. Just got to flip it over. 666 in Pluto. Of course. I mean, what else would you expect, right? Pluto. So they name a dog after a wandering star, and then they put 666 in the name, in their lettering that they designed on purpose. So when people say it's all hidden, it's right in front of your face, but you got to be able to see it. And you got to be honest when you do see it. Start making excuses for evil, saying, no, it isn't, no, it isn't, no, it isn't. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a simple answer. Yeah, it is right there. It's right there in your face. It's that way. And it's programming children. There's certain Disney things that there's hidden things that are sexual that I can't show, but they show children. They're allowed to show it on big movie screens, but I can't expose them on YouTube because I probably get my channel shut down. They would say that's, against the community guidelines for, but you can look into it, okay? It's in characters, drawn into Disney characters. It's in movies. And they'll write sex in the air of Lion King, I believe it was. And there's all kinds of stuff in Disney going way back. From back before the 90s. I'm talking way back to the early Disney cartoons. All the way through. All the way along. So the people that think they just got evil recently, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Again, you don't know how it works. You're being attached, emotionally attached to Disney. You're being nostalgic and attached because, oh, I grew up with Disney. Well, you didn't see it. You didn't see it then. You didn't understand what you were looking at. You didn't understand what you were looking at. So, and don't feel too bad. That's most in this realm. Most don't understand what they're looking at all, no matter what it is, including what's on the sides of buildings. And this stuff is all over the place, and most people don't see it. It looks pretty fancy, that bar, doesn't it? The big chandelier here and solid wood here, probably done by a master craftsman. Not a master mason, but a master craftsman, right? Club 33. It's right on their menus. It's all over in there. Club 33 at Disney. You got to be a member to get in there. You got to be a Club 33 member. You got to pay your dues. You got to pay your dues. This realm is a joke in the end, but it's also evil, and it's also corrupt, and it's also painful, and it's full of suffering. It's not the way most people think it is or assume it is. They're wrong in the ways that they think this place is. Most simple truth is most people don't know where they are. They don't know where they are. They don't know what this place is, and most of them lack the curiosity to try to look or find out or listen. Look and listen and learn something. They don't want to learn. A lot of people don't even listen during my videos. They don't really listen or pay attention. They just don't. So anyway, that's the way this realm works. Through signs and symbols, they show you all over the place, on beverages, food company logos, banks logos, everything, oil companies, all the way, entertainment, it's all throughout everything. Computers, from Dell, whatever, doesn't matter. All over, Intel, everywhere, Microsoft, it's in everything, all over everything. So when people think that when they want to believe out of their feelings that this realm is not controlled, you're wrong. You're wrong. You just don't understand and you don't see. You don't see truly. You don't have the eyes to see. And I wish you well. I hope you do start seeing truly. Hope you wake up. Wake up. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone. Take care.